Have you ever been sitting in a quiet room when suddenly, out of nowhere, you feel a strange tickle deep inside your nose? It is a sensation that is impossible to ignore. It starts small, like a feather lightly brushing the inside of your nostril, but it grows rapidly. Within seconds, that tiny tickle transforms into an urgent, commanding feeling. Your mind stops focusing on anything else. Your eyes might start to water, and your breath begins to hitch in an unusual, involuntary way. You are about to sneeze. This is an experience every single human being on the planet shares, a universal biological event that connects us all. But what you are feeling in that moment is not a random act of your body misbehaving. It is the very first step of a highly complex, lightning-fast defensive reflex designed specifically to protect you. The scientific name for a sneeze is sternutation, and it is one of your body's most powerful and essential protective mechanisms. Think of your nose not just as a passage for air, but as a highly sensitive security guard, constantly on patrol. Its job is to filter the air you breathe, making sure that harmful particles like dust, pollen, bacteria, and viruses do not make their way into your delicate lungs. The inside of your nasal cavity is lined with a soft, moist layer of tissue called a mucous membrane. This membrane is covered in millions of microscopic, hair-like structures called cilia, all working like a coordinated brush to sweep debris away. When an unwelcome guest, which scientists call an irritant, lands on this membrane and gets tangled in the mucus, it triggers the alarm. A specific region, known to scientists as the sneeze center, is activated, and the countdown to a powerful explosion of air begins. It all starts with that one, unmistakable, unignorable itch. To truly understand the science of a sneeze, we first need to appreciate the remarkable organ where it all happens. Your nose is so much more than a facial feature. It is a sophisticated air processing and defense facility. Its primary job is not just to smell, but to prepare the air you breathe for your body's internal environment. Every time you inhale, you are pulling in gallons of air filled with all sorts of things. This air might be too cold, too dry, or filled with microscopic floating particles, from car exhaust and perfume to mold spores and pet dander. Your lungs require air that is clean, warm, and moist. So, before the air even takes a turn down your throat, your nose gets to work. The intricate structures inside, called turbinates, are like shells that create turbulence, swirling the air around to give it maximum contact with the mucous membrane. This process warms and humidifies the air. But the defensive duty is the star of our story. That same sticky mucus which humidifies the air is also a trap, a perfect substance for capturing intruders. Now, imagine a particle of black pepper, a grain of pollen, or a rhinovirus floating in and getting stuck. This is where the nasal sentinels detect a threat. The particles physically touch and chemically stimulate the nerve endings of the trigeminal nerve, the great sensory nerve of the face. It is this nerve's job to send a priority, high-speed message straight to the brain, reporting not a pleasant smell, but a physical intrusion. The message is simple and clear. We have a foreign invader in the nasal passage. Immediate eviction is required. Your brain, acting as the body's central command center, does not stop to ask questions. It instantly recognizes the signal as a threat and bypasses conscious thought. It initiates a violent, coordinated defensive protocol that will engage muscles from your eyelids to your abdomen, all to protect the sacred, sterile environment of your lungs. The gatekeeper has detected a breach, and it is not going to ask politely for the intruder to leave. Once the trigeminal nerve fires its urgent message, it travels at incredible speed to a specific, ancient part of the brainstem called the sneeze center. Think of the brainstem as the part of your brain responsible for all the automatic, life-sustaining functions you never have to think about, like your heartbeat, your breathing, and your sleep cycles. The sneeze center is the brain's emergency response coordinator for this specific type of nasal crisis. Upon receiving the alert, this center immediately sets off a chain reaction that engineers the single most explosive event your body can voluntarily and involuntarily produce. The very first command is one you know well, and it is a decision that completely overrides your normal breathing pattern. The brain signals your respiratory muscles to take an abnormally deep, sharp breath in. Your chest expands, your diaphragm pulls down, and your lungs fill with a massive volume of air, much more than a normal breath. This is the building up of pressure, like the loading of a cannon. But the chain reaction is just beginning. A second, simultaneous command is sent to the soft palate at the back of the roof of your mouth, and the small flap of tissue called the uvula. They are ordered to move into a very specific position that blocks the airway to your mouth. This is a critical moment because the brain has decided that this explosive burst of air will be channeled not through the mouth, but entirely through the nose. It's a strategic decision to ensure the blast of air is focused directly at the point of irritation. A third, strange and universal command is then sent to your eyes, ordering them to close tightly. This is an involuntary act, and a powerful one. You simply cannot keep your eyes open during a sneeze, and this isn't just a coincidence. It's a protective reflex. The brain is sealing off one potential exit route for the high-pressure blast, while also protecting your eyes from the very particles and microbes it is about to violently eject. The whole body is now braced for the explosion. In the middle of this rapid sequence of commands, there is one very common myth that we need to put to rest forever. You have likely heard someone say, or perhaps you have said it yourself after a particularly powerful sneeze, that a sneeze is when your heart stops. The common cultural response, "God bless you," even stems from ancient beliefs that a sneeze was a near-death experience where the soul or the life force paused. But let us look at what the science actually reveals. Your heart does not stop when you sneeze. The sensation is a powerful illusion, and understanding its true cause is a beautiful insight into how our bodies play tricks on us. What actually happens is a momentary, sudden change in pressure and rhythm. Remember that gigantic, deep inhalation you just took to load the cannon? That huge expansion of the chest cavity briefly changes the pressure inside the thorax, which affects the flow of blood returning to the heart. This can cause a very slight, almost unmeasurable delay in the heart's rhythm. Then comes the explosive exhalation, which instantly reverses that pressure, sending a sudden surge of blood flow back through the heart. The heart, being an incredibly responsive pump, might experience a momentary reset or a slight change in the timing of its next beat, a phenomenon known as a vagal response. This tiny blip in rhythm is what people interpret as a skipped beat, or a stopped heart. The feeling is disorienting because it's a profound internal shift that happens in less than a second, but your heart never stops pumping the life-giving blood through your body. The electrical system of your heart is far too robust to be shut down by a sneeze. So, the next time you hear someone utter the old myth, you can reassure them that their heart is a powerful engine, and a sneeze is merely a brief, dramatic change in its internal environment, not an on and off switch. The body is full of these strange sensory illusions, and the stopped heart feeling is one of the most common and misunderstood of them all. Now, the moment of truth arrives. All the preparations have been made in a fraction of a second. The lungs are loaded with a compressed charge of air. The path to the mouth has been sealed off, the eyes are shut, and the body is braced. The brain issues the final, irrevocable command, and the sneeze is released. This is not a gentle sigh. It is a controlled biological explosion. With a violent contraction of your diaphragm, chest, and abdominal muscles, the air is blasted out of your lungs and forced through the narrowed passageways of your nasal cavity. The pressure this generates is truly staggering, and the result is a silent, invisible, high-velocity cloud. What we see and hear is just a fraction of what is happening. The sound of the sneeze, the achoo, is caused by the air vibrating the tissues at the back of your throat and in your nose, just like the reed in a musical instrument, only much more forcefully. But the power of a sneeze is in its silent payload. Scientists using high-speed cameras have captured what happens next, and it is both magnificent and terrifying. The air, along with thousands of droplets of mucus and saliva, is expelled from your nose at an incredible initial speed, estimated to be up to 100 miles per hour or 160 kilometers per hour. That is faster than a cheetah can run. This fast-moving cloud of droplets, called a plume, doesn't travel in a polite, short arc. It forms a turbulent, swirling cloud that can carry larger droplets up to 8 meters or 26 feet away. But even more remarkably, the tiny, invisible micro-droplets can hang in the air of a room for many long minutes, creating an airborne highway for viruses. This is the sneeze's true purpose: projectile expulsion. It is a biological cannon shot, designed not to scratch an itch, but to physically grab any irritant, bacteria, or virus trapped in your mucus and hurl it with maximum force as far away from your body as physics will allow. It is a display of raw, unconscious, hydraulic power that demonstrates how fiercely your body will fight to defend its internal borders without you even asking it to. By now, we understand the standard process. A physical intruder enters the nose and gets evicted with explosive force. But what about the strange, seemingly non-physical triggers? Why do some people sneeze when they step out of a dark cinema into brilliant sunshine? And why does a pinch of black pepper almost guarantee a nasal explosion? These phenomena are fantastic examples of crossed wires in our complex nervous system. The first is a genetic trait with a beautiful name: the autosomal dominant compelling helio-ophthalmic outburst, or ACHO syndrome. In simple terms, it is a photic sneeze reflex. For 1 in every 4 people, a rapid change in light intensity triggers a sneeze. The scientific theory for this is called crosstalk. The optic nerve, which carries the signal of bright light to the brain, and the trigeminal nerve, which carries the itch signal from the nose, lie very close together in the brain. In some people, a massive burst of signal on the optic nerve, like when you see the sun, leaks into the nearby trigeminal nerve pathway. The brain misinterprets this as a nasal irritation and initiates a sneeze sequence, even though your nose is perfectly fine. It is a harmless neurological glitch. Black pepper is a different story. It is a direct chemical attack. Pepper contains a compound called piperine. Piperine doesn't just have a smell, it acts as a chemical irritant. When fine particles of ground pepper float into your nose, the piperine directly stimulates the TRPV1 receptors on your trigeminal nerve endings. These are the exact same receptors that detect physical heat. So, the pepper chemically tricks your nose into thinking it is being burned, triggering a powerful, defensive sneeze to immediately purge the burning sensation. From a genetic glitch with sunlight to a chemical trick from a spice, these odd triggers reveal a nervous system that, while incredibly powerful, can sometimes be fooled. Since we cannot always stop a sneeze, we have developed social rituals around it. But not all rituals are safe. We have all seen, or perhaps been, the person who tries to suppress a sneeze, pinching their nose and clamping their mouth shut to create a tiny, stifled chew. This might be considered polite in a quiet setting, but from a scientific and medical perspective, it is a very risky maneuver. Remember the immense pressure we described, the 100-mile-per-hour wind? When you block the exits by pinching your nose and sealing your lips, that pressure has nowhere to go. It is trapped and instantly reverses back into your body. This sudden surge of back pressure can cause real, physical damage. It can force air and bacteria up into the eustachian tubes that connect your throat to your middle ear, potentially causing a ruptured eardrum. The pressure can also rupture the tiny, delicate blood vessels in your eyes, on the surface of your brain, or in your sinuses. There are alarming medical case studies of people fracturing their voice box or even suffering a cerebral aneurysm from a violently suppressed sneeze. The safe and proper way to manage a sneeze is not to stifle it, but to redirect it. Let the sneeze happen naturally, but use your arm. Health experts universally recommend sneezing into the inside of your elbow, not your hand. Your hand is how you touch doorknobs, elevator buttons, and shake hands with others, immediately spreading whatever you just expelled. Your elbow is a biological dead end, a perfect, absorbent barrier that keeps the powerful plume contained. It's a simple, science-backed act. Do not try to trap the dragon. Just give it a fireproof cave to vent into. This small change in habit is one of the most effective things you can do for public health. As the sneeze is over and the tension in your body fades, a peculiar feeling often washes over you. It's a wave of profound relief, sometimes even pleasure. Why does something so violent feel so satisfying? The reason goes deep into the brain's chemistry and psychology. Moments before the sneeze, your body was in a state of extreme tension and discomfort. All systems were go for an emergency. As the sneeze explodes out, the muscles that were tightly clenched in your chest, your face, your abdomen, instantly relax. This sudden transition from high tension to release is a physical sensation that your brain interprets as pleasure. But there is more to it. The act of completing a successful sneeze, successfully ejecting the irritant, is a triumph for your body's defense system. Your brain acknowledges this victory by releasing a tiny squirt of reward chemicals, the same endorphins and dopamine that create a feeling of well-being after exercise or a good meal. It is a little biological well done for a mission accomplished. Culturally, we add another layer. Hearing the word "bless you" is a small, ancient ritual of social connection, a recognition of a tiny, shared human struggle. The sneeze, therefore, completes a full cycle. It starts with an external irritation, explodes in a powerful physical display, and ends with an internal feeling of relief, a neurochemical reward, and a social acknowledgement. It is a complete story of tension, release, and satisfaction that plays out in just 2 seconds. So, the next time you feel that familiar tickle, you don't have to dread the interruption. Instead, you can marvel at the sequence. You are about to experience one of your body's most elegant, powerful, and profoundly strange protective symphonies, a process of loading, targeting, and firing that has been perfected over millions of years of evolution, ending in a strangely satisfying finale.